All right, we're going to give this about 30 to 45 seconds to let everybody get into the Zoom meeting, and then we will go ahead and get started. See a lot of familiar names. All right, looks like everybody is in, so we will go ahead and get started. Good morning and welcome to Whitmix's webinar, Intraoral Scanning with the new VeriPULSE Intraoral Scanner with Yuri Ivanov. My name is Bryce Hiller. I'm a digital marketing specialist here at Whitmix, and I'm going to be facilitating today's webinar. I do want to begin with just a few housekeeping items. First, in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, you should see a questions box. Feel free to type in any questions you might have throughout the webinar, and either myself or Yuri will be answering those. We may do it, during the webinar if it's really relevant to what we're talking about. Otherwise, it'll be at the end. Next, if you are a CDT, this webinar is approved for 1 hour of CE credit towards your certification. You'll receive an email within 1 to 2 days that'll tell you how to get your credit. So keep an eye out for that email. And also, this webinar is being recorded. So within 48 hours, it'll be up on our Whitmix website, as well as Facebook. So we are also live on Facebook, so you can find it there on our Facebook page. And it will eventually be on our YouTube channel as well, so you can go back and you can watch. So this presentation covers the concept of intraoral scanning with a review of intraoral scanners on the market and digital workflows in use. The requirements of a successful digital impression will be discussed in detail. Yuri is going to demonstrate the VeriPULSE software interface, and model scanning will be demonstrated, including a scan of the upper and lower arch in a bite. At this point, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Yuri, who is the other devilishly handsome fellow on the screen. Yuri is a dental technician and dentist in general dentistry with 28 years of experience. He graduated from dental school with the honors dental diploma. He has since been involved in such dental areas as prosthodontics, endodontics, implantology, dental articulation, therapeutic treatment, and more. Yuri joined Whitmix technical support in our training team in October of 2021. Before Whitmix, he worked at 3Shape as an academy trainer. He is presently providing training and product knowledge on digital dental products, workflows, hardware, and software via seminars, events, telephone, email, and online sessions. Yuri has an extensive knowledge of 3Shape dental products such as Trios intraoral scanners, Dental System, Implant Studio, Orthosystem, Trios Design Studio, Cambridge, and just about anything else that 3Shape has to offer. So with that, I'm super excited to introduce Yuri Ivanov to those of you who don't know him. So Yuri, that's all I've got. You can go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Bryce, and I hope anyone could hear me clearly. And yes, as Bryce told us, my name is Yuri, and today I will present you some one digital workflow. And I wanted to share my screen to show my presentation right now. And yes, I hope anybody could see my screen. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, today we will talk about a really amazing product. This product has name VeriOne Digital, and it's one solution with the one partner, the Whitmix company. And we have with this product, we have like unlimited potential in digital dentistry. So yeah, okay. And yeah, I am really excited to present you the concept. And let's go to the next slide. And this is what this product has. It has the intraoral scanner, and it's upon the Whitmix brand name. The name of this intraoral scanner is VeriPULSE. And after taking the scans, you could send files to CAD/CAM design. It could be either in-house or external partners. And after that, you could finish your design either internally or check or approve design coming from external lab, pick up the right resin and use 3D printer VeriEcho. The name of this printer is VeriEcho to print out your design. And they finish this process with wash unit and curing unit, also having really nice names. We will see them a bit later here. Yeah, and the main digital workflow has like 5 steps. The very first step is scan of the patient. And I'd recommend to scan any patient coming into your clinic, into your office, because such way you will collect the data of any patients, and you could step back anytime if this patient is coming back with any issues or any further treatment, and you still have the database to discuss and to see what was before and after. And after the scanning, and yeah, we will talk a bit later about the scanning steps. And after the scanning, you could upload or send with the really good connection through the Witmix cloud, send this case, the scans to your partner, to your lab, and your lab will provide you with design of crowns, bridges, night guards, just models, or whatever you need to do over that scan. And when they done with design, they will send back this design to you using either Witmix Cloud or any other ways of transferring files. And you could inspect it and inspect design. And if you need to do any like corrections or changes, you could easily communicate with that lab through the Witmix Cloud to send them text messages like notes or comments. And it should be approved by doctor. It could be either approved or rejected. And if it's rejected, you should start from the step number 2. You should again upload it and send it either to the other lab or to the to make any changes there. And the step number 5 is the final restoration to be printed. And we have really amazing VeriEcho, so-called VeriEcho printer, which is good and fast in printing. And we will discuss it a bit later today as well. And let's go to scanning step. The scanning steps are here. And you could see we have the so-called Witmix Clinic software to start with VeriPULSE scanner. And just click on the Witmix Clinic and it will open this software. And what is the unique feature this scanner has, which means no one scanner, intraoral scanner on the market has this feature, is the cooler or fan inside of this scanner. So instead of the heater, which is the power consumption, this scanner has a fan who is just blowing air through this whole scanner and taking away fog from the mirror on the very end of this chip, which means the concept is really simple. And it's only one scanner has this patented feature to have a really easy and light scanner without any foggy time over the scanning over the patient mouse. So it's really cool, and literally really cool scanner in such kind of approach. Okay, and yeah, let's go to the next step. When we will open this VeriPULSE software with Max Clinic, we will have the options to either create a new patient or open the existing patient and create the new case for them if we need. And it will look like this. We will create the new patient and we should type the patient's name and last name and first name and put any additional information like the birth of the date of the birth and gender and any notes or comments related to general information of this patient. Yeah, when we've done, we will click on this new case and this order form or case setup gonna be popping up here with the plenty of different options. On the left side of the screen, you will see the step-by-step workflow of the case setup and scanning steps, and the final step to send out this case. On the right side of the screen, you will have a bit more information about the current case, materials, and strategy of scanning, as well as any additional options there. And when you click on any tools, for example, tools number 11 could be our preparation for the full contour crown. And we could click on that tools and we will see the popping up menu to choose the type of restoration we wanted to design on that preparation. So it could be, for example, conventional crown or temporary crowns or some bridge constructions or orthodontic appliances or removables, just scanning for the surgery or any other types of restorations. And for example, while we are talking about the tooth number 11, which has preparation over my typodont model, I will click on the conventional crown and I will choose either crown or capping or veneers or inlays on that preparation. So in our case, I will choose crown. And after that, we are ready to hit either next or just click on the step of scanning to start our scanner and scan upper jaw model in our case, but in the patient mouse, you will scan teeth and the soft tissue partially like this. And you could see the screenshot of this process. If you look at the left side of the screen, you could see the green check marks. They are showing you steps you already done with, like completed steps. And it will show you that how many steps and which step you've just done with. It's sometimes it's really useful information. And let's go to the next slide. This is the lower jaw. This is the antagonist jaw scanned by VeriPULSE. VeriPULSE is taking scans in color, and you could save them as STL and PLY scans. The format of the file could be STL or PLY, as well as you could send it to specific software like TreeShape or Exocad or Dental Wings. And we will come to that process on the final step. But before so, we should scan bite. So it means we should ask patient to bite it in the proper position, like centric relation or maximum intercuspation. And start on the one of the sides, like left or right, and scan bite to figure it out what this position between two arches should be. When we've done with that, we will come to this very last, the final step, to check one more time the case settings, to case components, and make sure that any patient information is correct here with the proper indication, restoration material chosen in case setup. If not, we could step back to the very first case setup step and make any changes there without losing any scans on that step. And also we should choose the proper web. If we have plenty of connections through our VipMix cloud, we could choose through the drop-down menu that web we wanted to send this case to, and just choose it in the list and hit send to lab. This case gonna be sent automatically to the VipMix cloud account, and they will pick up any files from there and continue with either 3Shape or ExaCAD or any other design software they are using there. So if we need to add any notes about this case, we have so-called notes to type here the information you wanted to transfer to web, as well as the attachments. And this is the really nice feature to add any patient's pictures with the full face, with eyes or nose or ears to be shown over this case to be used for design, as well as you could add any other attachment files there. You think they could be useful for your dental technician. VipMix has agreement with Evident Design Center, and you could choose the Evident Hub, and you could send cases to Evident, and they will provide design really quick turnaround time for such kind of design, and they will send you designed files through the Evident Hub. You should create this account with them as well. Yeah. Also on the right side of the screen, you could see the CAD programs, and currently this is the VipMix Clinic, because we are just sending cases, the scans. But also in the drop-down menu, if you have the option to choose 3Shape or ExaCAD format, you could choose this type of the export files the VeriPULSE software will generate, especially for ExaCAD and 3Shape software to be accepted there, and Dental Wings, yes. And also you could change the case file format. There are the three types of files: the STL, PLY, and OBJ. Yeah, they're not shown here exactly. Yeah, and when you've done with that, you could just click close on that and start with your next patient. And when you have your design back, this is the additional information. When we have, for example, the 3Shape complete restorative to design the full dentures or such kind of the cases, we could easily use our VeriEcho 3D printer to print out materials like full denture materials from Denko, from Bego, from VipMix, for example, and print out them locally in your office, in your practice, and clean up everything with the post-process and with wash unit and cure white box, and finish your printed material with. And probably you should just glue together base and teeth and oops, sorry. Base and teeth, and just finish the case and it's gonna be ready for your patient. So let's talk a bit about some materials. This VeriEcho printer could work with temporary crown material, with the permanent crown material, with resins for models, the different colors of the model resins, splint, surgical guides, and denture materials. So this is the range of the materials you could use for VeriEcho printer. And also, let me like advertise a bit this product is ideal for any size of the practice. It will save your time, save money, and it's pretty safe for environment and convenient for you and your patients. Yeah. And right now, let me stop on that slide, and I wanted to open my scanning software. And I wanted to show you the live scanning of my of the typodont model I do have here. So, okay, looks like I have it on the other screen. Let me just stop sharing this screen and I will start sharing that one. So yes. Okay, I hope you could see my screen with this VipMix Clinic software. And this is the main page. And what we need to do, just click on the VipMix Clinic, and it will open the list of the patients in my system. In case I wanted to create the new patient, I will click on this new patient, or create the new patient, or create the new case. Click on, and it will open this like window to fill in the form, like webinar. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and we could add the date of birth or gender and notes about this patient, and click create, and it will create this patient in our database. And what I need to do, yeah, I do have this option to edit this information. Here I have this tab to click on and make any changes of the patient's information, as well as I could add the new case. And when I click add this case, the case setup will pop up. And yeah, I'm on the very first step of this process. And I will click on the choose number 11 since I have this as a preparation. And I wanted to have design of the conventional crown here. I will click on the conventional crown and choose the crown. Click on the crown. And here on the right side, you could see this information on the bottom. We have choose number 11 as a crown, and we have the option to choose material for that crown. Let's click on the drop-down menu and choose zirconia, for example, zirconia, as well as if we need the specific shade, we could choose, for example, A3 color or any other color here. This is the information your dental technician will have to proceed with the design, and you will choose the proper material in your printer or milling unit. So if we have any antagonist to be scanned, we should make sure we have this checkbox is in, as well as if you need the printed model to be designed also, you should check this box. This is just prescription how it will work. If you wanted to change some lab from the list of the available labs, you could click on this one, and choose, I do have only one, and choose from the drop-down menu the lab you wanted to work with. Click on, yeah, and you could go to the calendar and choose what date you wanna this design or this crown to be done. For example, in 2 weeks. Yeah. After that, we are ready to hit next and start scanning with the scanner. So I have my scanner here. It looks like this, and I have the tip. Tip is removable, so I could take away tip, and I could rotate this tip to have mirror up for the upper jaw, or push the bottom button to rotate it to the mirror down for the lower jaw. So in my case, it's gonna be upper jaw, as well as we have the option to rotate scanner to scan the upper jaw, as well as rotate tip. And on the top of the surface, we have the start button, and we will start with this button. We should just push it, but don't hold, and it will start scanning. So I have the typodont model. Okay, yeah, and I will start scanning on the occlusal surface. We should be placed over the occlusal surface on one of the left or right side, and beyond the occlusal surface, and move out to the canine anterior area, and rotate a bit the scanner and scan both facial and lingual or palatal surface on the anteriors, and go distally over the occlusal surface, still on the occlusal surface. Rotate the scanner palatally and keep it in about 45 degrees to scan lingual or palatal surface. Rotate it and go to the opposite side and rotate it to the facial or buccal surface and scan buccal surface, facial surface of the anteriors. It's about 45 degree. In case we need more surface, we could continue scanning to scan palatal surface, for example, something like this. And we still have some holes all around, and if we need, we could place our scanner in the area of interest and tilt a bit the scanner to fill in any holes, for example, over this preparation. We need to tilt it to scan the contacts of the neighbors to have enough information. Yeah. In case of subgingival retraction, I'd recommend to scan the preparation with cord in, and when you've done with the scanning like this, you could stop scanner like this, and while it's making post-processing, you could take away cord from subgingival cord, 1 or 2, usually only first one. And after that, you could start scanning exactly on that preparation tooth. And software will rewrite the information over the open margin you will have after that. And it will make it much easier for you to see the margin. For example, I could start it right now and just tilt it a bit to scan the open margin. And stop scanner. Okay, right now it's processing of data, and we should wait a bit while the software will clean up any flexible soft tissue, and you could see we don't have any artifacts all around, which is good. And we will have it done pretty fast in a couple of seconds right now. The highlighted areas, like the blue spots over the scan, they are spots, the holes closed by the software by itself. And if we need this information, we need to start our scanner again and fill in it by the scanner. Also, this is a really nice feature here on the right side of the screen. We have this drop like sign, drop tool. And if you click on, it will switch off color and we could see kind of the texture all around. As well as if you click on one more time, it will show you the quality map, so-called quality map. And in some areas, like this red area, probably we need to scan more to have the good enough quality of this scan. But if you look all around the margin of this preparation, since we were scanning it twice, we have a good enough quality of the scan here. So we could switch it off and just scan a bit more in some areas. And wave a bit the scanner to fill in any holes all over the scan. And it will improve the quality and accuracy of this scan. Yeah, let's say this is good enough. Yeah. And again, we should wait for the post-processing of this scan. And usually it's taken short period of time, like 5-10 seconds. And after that, we are ready to scan the upper jaw, the lower jaw, sorry, the upper jaw is done. Yeah, and we could either click on the step of lower jaw scan or click next, which is the same, and it will bring us to the lower jaw scan arch, and we could start scanning the lower jaw the same way. The strategy is on the occlusal lingual buccal. Be really careful with anteriors to catch both facial and lingual surfaces like this, and go distally. Oops, sorry, it's typodont model and everything on my hands here. Yeah, rotate it lingually and scan lingual surface. And sometimes it could be frozen and stop scanning, and we should just step back to occlusal surface and continue with the surface we wanted to scan. Yeah, we could wave a bit the scanner all around the occlusal surface or lingual surface to fill in any holes in the over the interproximal areas to increase the quality of our scan. Again, if it's really important for us, if not, you could just skip this step and go to the bite. Yeah, and stop scanner on the occlusal surface and wait a bit. It will bring us to the bite scan, and we should, in case of the full arch, we should scan both left and right bites. In case of the quadrant, we should scan only one side, one byte. You could see the lower jaw scan is done, and let's hit on the byte. Usually we're asking a patient to open the mouth and insert your scanner into and just move out to take away cheeks or lips, and ask your patient to bite in the proper position, check the bite position, and make sure your scanner is placed somewhere on the first molar position, buccally over the first molar position. And after that, start scanner like this, and hold your scanner a bit, like 3-5 seconds, like this. You could see in the green area. And after that, start rotating scanner a bit, like lingually or buccally. Yeah, like to the upper jaw or to the lower jaw to make more like surface scanned over the upper jaw or lower jaw. The same for the opposing side, opposing arch. Yeah. And if it's still not, looks like it's a bit wide here. It's not check. Yeah, and it should be aligned automatically. If it's taken so long time, just stop it. And here on the right side, we have the trash bin, and we could just clean up everything over the byte and start over. Yeah, let me do so. Or we have the option to do it manually. If you have this option to scan and do it manually, usually it's making, oh, sorry. Usually it's taken like 3 dots to be placed all over the scans and to make alignment. Okay, and we will do the manual alignment right now after that, after the post-processing. Here on the bottom, you could see this manual alignment tool here, and we will click on, and we should follow instruction here. Select the mandibular paired point, like, for example, second molar, and confirm it. And we should choose about the same area here on this scan and confirm, and the same over the maxilla. And start. Yeah, and the software will try to align it. Sometimes it's failed. Yeah, and we could click OK and restart it, or we could try to trash it, like click on and let's start on the opposite side. Yeah, you could see the one of the scans is aligned, and we should do the same for the lower jaw here. Yeah, and we have this lower jaw bite aligned as well. Yeah, usually the typodont model is not the best way how to do it. And this is probably the reason why it's, yeah. Also, you could see the message about scanning opposite side. And let's try to do it on the opposite side. Just start scanning on the opposite side. You could see the upper jaw is aligned, and we should do the same for the lower jaw. Yes. Yeah, while it's finalizing the bite, we have this time to like make sure that bite is in the correct position and the files are properly finalized. And after this sound, like the final sound, it's the processing of the data, which means a software is creating mesh to have it in the proper size. Yeah, and you could see we have this byte position. Yeah, and the check mark is here, and we are just hitting next to come to the final step and be on the final step. Usually it's again taken a bit of time, like 20, probably 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And after that, we will have the final step. Final step to check the proper settings, patient's information, indication, color, or whatever we need related to our design. Yeah, the more data we've just picked up, the more time it could take. Please don't be so precise over unnecessary areas, and don't fill every hole you have over your scan, because it could take so a long time, but only scan the area of interest, and the rest of the scan could still have some holes, for example, but they're gonna be filled in automatically by the software. So just to save your time and time of the processing of data, scan in details only the area of interest, like preparation. Also, what could speed up the process is to take just quadrant, not the full arch, but quadrant, if we are talking about just single crown, for example. But in case of night guards or surgical guides, probably you need to scan more, like the full arch. Yeah. Also, while it's post-processing, we have some tools here on the bottom, and it's still the same tool with the manual alignment of the byte. Also, we could swap scans in case you started with the upper jaw being on the lower step. You could continue scanning and swipe them on the very end. Also, we could open the byte and put kind of the distance map in the cover distance map to see the distance between antagonist and preparation. And this way we could figure it out, do we have enough space, enough room for our crown or not. Yeah, in case it's not enough room while patient is in the patient's in the epitory, you could do correction of your preparation and rescan only that area. You could just step back to the upper jaw scan, for example, or and start scanning that adjusted preparation. And it could help to create the more space and scan it. And your dental technician will have enough room to design and to produce such kind of crown. Yeah, you could say it's almost done. Yeah, and we should confirm that yes, we will verify this information. Click OK. And here we have the patient's information, information about this restoration. If we need, we could add any notes, just click on plus and type in something here. As well as you could click on this plus to add any attachment. It will open the folder in your computer to pick up the files. Yeah, here we have the lab information and delivery date, and do we need the printed model or not, and 3D model overview. And you could left click and rotate your scans to observe what do you have. We have this preparation. We could switch off the lower jaw or upper jaw to see them separately. Also, we could extend this window to easily manipulate the scans all over. Yeah. On the left side, we could open the order form. Click on the show order form to open it as a PDF file. You could see it's here, and you could scroll it up, down to see the screenshots and information about this, the scans and what is ordered here. It's the crown, zirconia crown with A3 color over the tooth number 11. Yeah. Also, we could click export files, but make sure you have the case file format, the proper or acceptable for your design software. It could be the PLY, OBJ, or STL. Let's keep STL and click export files. And you could see the message that the files are exported successfully in the folder, in the preset folder from our configuration. Also, the CAD programs are here. You could choose which one you wanted to export this case to, like 3OXZ with 3Shape, DWOS for dental wings and ExaCAD format. or VipMix Clinic means just the chosen format here, and use the VipMix Cloud. Yeah. After that, we could hit send to web, and case gonna be sent through the VipMix Cloud to my partnership or my partner web. Yeah. After that, we could close that one and start with some other patient. Let me minimize that one, and when we will have our design done and sent back from our partner web, we could, for example, pick up this file. Usually this is the STL file, and we will open this 3D printer software, so-called Alpha 3D software. And here on the left, you could see we have the list of the printers connected to my software, and I have VeriBuild and VeriEcho, and you could see them here. And for example, I could choose VeriEcho printer and choose the resin manufacturer. It could be Bagger or Dantka or Keystone or VipMix. And I will choose the resin type. For example, it could be, let's talk about the surgical guide, the VeriGuide material. Yeah, I could choose the layer thickness, like the fine or standard. For this material, it's available only 2 of them. Let's keep fine. And I will pick up this STL file with the surgical guide and drop it down here. And you could see I have my surgical guide here. So I could place it all over the platform. Yeah, for example, right on the middle. If I need any supports for that, I will just click on the supports. And yeah, the general, and I could add them here, as well as I could add the slice on here. Okay, looks like I have some. Yeah, and the software will add supports all around. You could see them here. And after that, I will slice it like 3 steps: setup, supports, and slices. And I will slice it, separate to the multiple layers, and click on, and you could see the information about saving or slicing and adding to queue. And I could save it as the VeriEcho file to this folder. And I will pick up this folder and this file from my VeriEcho printer and push button print. And pretty much that's it, what you need to start printer. Yeah. Okay, and pretty much that's it. I have no way how to show you my printer right now, because it's not connected to my laptop here over the webinar. But yeah, you could see. Okay, actually, this is the VeriEcho printer, how it looks like. Yeah, and pretty much that's it. And if you have any questions, Bryce could help us with. Thank you for your attention.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Yuri. I don't see any questions. So if you guys have any, go ahead and get those in real quick. I do want to mention a couple things before we wrap up. The first thing is there will be a poll like popping up on your screen, asking if you'd like to be contacted by a Whitmix representative about what you saw in this webinar. Basically, if you have like more questions or anything about either the printer or that being the VeriEcho or the VeriPULSE, you can just click yes, and we'll get someone to contact you about that. Don't feel like you have to. It's totally up to you. It's not like you're gonna go on a blacklist if you click no. So no worries there. I also do want to mention we do have a course at Whitmix that I'd like to mention for everybody here. It's with Dr. Michael Fling, and it's with Pankey. For those of you that are familiar with Pankey, it's a day-and-a-half hands-on course with Dr. Michael Fling, and some of the various topics are new techniques for fabricating provisional restorations, how to refine a diagnostic wax-up or a preoperative model to depict a realistic anatomy and contours, how to make stents for overlay, provisional restoration fabrication, a bunch of other topics. So again, if you are interested in this course, I suggest checking it out. You can go to pankey.org to find it. Again, it is at our facility at Whitmix in Louisville, Kentucky. So if you're interested in that, just go ahead and head over to pankey.org and you can get more information. With that, I don't see any questions. So one last thing, just to reiterate, you will be getting an email within a couple of days to obtain your CE credit. So keep your eye open for that. And again, this was being this webinar was recorded, so you can, if you want to go back and watch it again, you can do so at either whitmix.com or on our Facebook page, where it is also being live streamed. So if there are no questions, which I do not see any, I guess that means Yuri, you did a great job explaining everything. So thank you everybody that attended. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Yuri, for, as always, for your expertise and your vast dental knowledge. So thank you, everyone.